welcome to Talk Tennis. You've got Troy and Michelle.
Yeah.
We
doubles today.
Yeah, we got some dubs. It's our warm up for our dingles for later. We asked you guys what you wanted to ask us, and we generated a few questions that should keep us busy for the next few minutes. So I'm just going to start. It's going to be super random.
Well, I was going to say, and it's football season. So I had to wear my Packers stuff, Michelle.
We are repping our teams.
You know.
I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate.
I mean, we didn't mean to, but we poached like the greatest player on your team. Could have been like one of the greatest players of your franchise.
He's gone. Bye.
Hey, it happens, you know?
Bye. You know what? Yes. I don't even know what to say. As a Cowboys fan, for anyone listening out there that's a Cowboys fan, they know.
Maybe it's like karma.
Oh.
For the fact that like you're a diehard Dodger fan and you guys just buy all these players.
Okay.
Maybe it's like reversal into the
So
football.
I was literally just saying,
you know,
I know Jerry Jones isn't going anywhere. Although I think I heard that he's letting his son no, obviously not. But Jerry Jones isn't going anywhere. We know this. But we need what happened to the Lakers to happen to the Cowboys. We need the owner of the Dodgers to come in and buy the Cowboys and then focus on the team vibes. Clean house if you need to. Get rid of the egos. Like, buy LeBron. Do it for the Cowboys. Maybe start at ground zero and build a team with chemistry and heart and passion and athleticism and no egos. Leave your egos at the door.
I didn't see that coming. I was going to say the Micah trade, it could just be back pay for like, I'm an Angels fan. You guys took Ohtani.
Oh,
so
we did. Oh, yeah.
We took Micah. You know?
I don't think Micah's going to have that good of his first season with them.
Hey, you never know.
We're going to find out.
You never know.
We were going to
There's like all these
out.
These like timeline things with the Packers, like all these like Packer fan accounts, and like Brett Favre was 27 when he won a Super Bowl. Rodgers was 27 when he won a Super Bowl.
Micah's like 23, isn't he?
Jordan Love is about to be 27 soon.
This season?
Yeah, like in a week or two, like a couple weeks. And then like Brett had Reggie White. Aaron had Charles Woodson, like the dynamic. He just traded that season. They won. Micah just got traded. It's meant to happen. Go Pack, go. If
the Packers win the Super Bowl this year, then I'll trade this for a Packers sweatshirt.
For a day.
For a day. I'll wear a Packers sweatshirt to summer practice in Oxnard, California.
Hey, you look good in green and gold, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay, now that we got that aside, and go Dodgers, because if football season's starting, that means baseball season's coming down the pipeline to playoffs.
Baseball in October.
Can't wait. Go Dodgers. But we got to figure it out. Yes, we're recording this beginning of September, so just for reference. Okay, let's start with Steven Spector 6506.
What's he got?
He says he's loving the podcast and has two questions. When is T-Dub going to start carrying Restring Zero products? You guys would love Sync and Zero. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
is that Beckett? Beckett, is that you?
It might be.
Isn't Beckett the one that loves Restring Zero?
He plays with he's tried like a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
And we've gotten samples.
Have we?
I haven't really dug in too much because we just been testing way too many strings.
So much.
20 different Torolines, a new string coming from Solinco, wink, wink. But I was like, I have a bag, like, because Wolf just constantly, like, throughout the weeks will just give us these samples on our desk, and I lose track of them, right? So I have this Tecnifibre, like, it's almost like a little grocery bag thing. That little reusable bag.
Yeah.
And I just throw stuff in there. And the other day I was like, it was in my bag at home.
String roulette.
And I'm just like grabbing stuff and I'm like, oh, I grabbed a restring. It was the blue one.
Okay.
I think that's...
I don't know.
Sync or Zero? I don't know. It's the blue one. It's a really popular one.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, snap, I got restring. And some guy I was talking to, he's like, oh, I've heard of those. Those sound cool.
Yeah.
Because they're like on like Tennis Nerd.
Yeah. Beckett's convinced I'm going to love one of them, but I can't remember which one. Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't got to stringing it yet just because I've been testing so many other strings.
That makes sense. So we don't know when it's coming in.
or if it's coming in yet.
But we've slowly started adding brands like Grapple Snake's the newest one. And who else? I mean, Toroline's been around now for a minute.
Grapple Snake, Toroline, but we got RESTRING to test. I remember back in the day we had like Miami sent us strings.
Yeah.
Nordic Dots has sent us stuff.
Yes. That actually kind of goes into like the process of bringing a product into T-Dub. So oftentimes we don't just say yes and like bring it in without having tested it. So a lot of times we'll get sent samples and the whole team tests. Some usually like gravitate towards things better than others. I know like Oak was huge with Grapple Snake and kept trying to get us all to get it in our rackets. And so once we finally brought it in, that was a big reason he was so positive about using the products. And that's what happens is the team essentially kind of agrees that we need it. And then we ask our buying team to bring it in because we love it too, right? I mean, yeah. But it's never like sight unseen, like, oh yeah, we'll just bring in this brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little more of a process.
I would say that's like goes for everything from apparel to shoes. I mean, there's some shoe brands out there that are very small and niche making tennis shoes that like if we don't like them, they're probably not going to make it onto the website or apparel. I know Marion's team is super into testing everything and getting samples and making sure it vibes with Tennis Warehouse. So good question. The second question he had, this is a good one for you. Are the TF40s on sale a sign that an update is coming from Tecnifibre soon in 2026? I love these frames, especially the 1820 is a gem.
So yeah, the ones that we have on sale are like $99, I think, or something, right? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, they were, at least recently, they were like $129, and then I think they went on even more of a sale.
$129 now. They must have been on a special flash sale.
Okay, but
it was probably Labor Day.
Yeah, and then I saw some comment of somebody that said, $99 for a TF40, that's a good deal. Like questioning it. I'm like,
that's a great deal.
That's a great deal. I'm like, dude, when I first started,
cost of rackets are?
Yeah, when I first started working here back in like 07, 08, I could get head microgel radicals for like $69 or $79, and then like Dunlop would put their 200s and their 300s on sale for like $70-$80 when they were phasing them out.
Okay.
But that was like what,
years
15,
ago.
20, almost 20 years ago?
Years ago.
So $99 is a really good deal for a TF40, which plays great.
Their current inline, which is just a cosmetic update, is $249. So yeah, that's a huge deal.
I don't think, as far as the strategy, at least I remember from Tecnifibre, is that the new cosmetic was sort of like the inline change. It's not it's not a different racket,
right?
But I think they're going with that cosmetic for like another round of generation.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't tweak it, I think they had a good thing and they didn't really need to.
Yeah. Which is nice to see because we've complained before, like, why are you changing something that people like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think 26 will be a TF40. Maybe closer to like 27, maybe.
no
But
way.
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Okay.
But I think the new cosmetic will be like a generation.
Okay. Cool. So there you go. Someone asked me, you switched from the RF97 to a Pure Drive ? Standard MP or other model. I don't know if they're Pure Drive MPs, but I like that.
Yeah, I guess maybe just which one.
Yeah. So I
or maybe the 100, right? Okay.
Yeah. I have commitment issues, so I will not say that I've officially switched. And even on my Playtester profile, it says when she's not swinging her RF97. I am using a Pure Drive 98, though, for 90% of all my testing at the moment. So everything is a customized Pure Drive 98, which has the 16x20 string pattern, which I've fallen in love with. And it has a little bit of weight at the tip, so we got that swing weight up a little bit. And
kind of like mid 330s, right?
Mid 330s.
Is the one you like?
Yeah, and it's just at 12 or just under 12 ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not crazy heavy.
No.
But a little specced up.
Yeah.
Still has lots of plow through.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really liking it. I also have one Pure Drive extended that I've been hitting a little bit. So,
and you haven't officially switched, but you've played with it so much for a consistent amount of time that it kind of feels like a good base racket, right? Like
absolutely. Yeah. The RF still makes it out. We're hitting today. I'll bring the RF out for sure.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. The ball's too heavy. The shots are too heavy.
We love the RF, so it's hard to get it away. But yeah, right now that's what we're working with. Oh, what's the best setup for your Pure Drive 98? Well, that literally was the next question. I just mentioned the customization. I've been playing with a lot, and I know there's a question here too about what strings were in my racket when I did that video. I've been playing with a lot of Toroline strings. I just got sent the Dreddy strings. Have you strung it up yet?
I haven't. I got the cool pack
neither.
though.
Yeah.
It's Otoro Snap with Otoro Spin or Otoro Tour.
I'm
it's
not
green
sure.
and yellow.
Yeah.
Like the Jamaican flag.
They're so cool. And I haven't gotten them strung yet. Let's see.
And when we say Dreddy, we're talking about Dustin Brown.
Dustin Brown.
I didn't know he was on the Toroline train.
And for anyone listening, that's like, oh my gosh, it's sold out on Toroline. That's how good it is.
Dang.
It's Otoro Tour, which I love.
Okay, the Tour, but in a different color than the mint.
Yes. I didn't realize that until literally just now. And Otoro Snap, Snap,
Otoro
which is the
Snap.
yellow. Snap.
Okay, so the Otoro Tour that comes in that package is like the green, the bold green, bright green.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for those that don't realize, yes, Dreddy retired from the ATP, but he still plays Bundesliga in Germany. I know I mispronounced that, which is like a very high level of tennis.
Yeah, sometimes Tommy Haas goes over there and plays.
It's crazy. So he's still out there.
But when he was like in his prime, he was the Pure Drive guy with ALU power at like 80 pounds.
Exactly. I need to know, and I should ask Eric, like, what is he stringing this at? What's he playing with right now?
I don't know. I would think he would be hard to drop off a Pure Drive. Maybe he got like into, I don't know, something like a Pure Drive.
I'm going to pull up his Instagram real quick, and we're going to find out. Dreddy. Oh, no, he did not switch to a Yonex.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say like a Slinko Blackout, but then that wouldn't.
It looks like he's playing with an EZONE.
Yeah, smart guy. Better on his arm. He's with the
That's funny, though. There is a Toroline video showing it being strung, and it does have 80 pounds as the
reference.
Yeah, and it does look like he's got an EZONE, but that one looks like the old one.
Yeah.
But that could be an older picture.
Yeah, you know.
So.
He's in with the cool kids now.
That's cool.
EZONE gang.
You know what? Like, what a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. Now I'm just like remembering how much I loved watching him play. So fun.
Yeah, he was awesome.
So fun. Okay, next question.
Speaking of some of your favorite players, what did you think? Did you listen to the Nothing Major when they were talking about ugly strokes? And
yeah.
Was it Jack that was like totally going in on Dokopolov?
Yeah, they were naming all of my favorites. Dokopolov, Harbody. Like, I was like, what? He's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Is it ugly? So I actually was having this like existential question. Are his strokes ugly?
At least to Jack they are. He's very like herky jerky.
Yes.
Like also very explosive too. So
yeah, I call it the slap shot. Like, it's like
yeah, he would do this backhammer. He would like trigger it, like cock it back.
Yeah.
And just wham.
His whole body would do that though.
Yeah.
Like, it's all, and then I was like slightly offended that a lot of the players that I liked were on those lists. Sheng Xiaogan and his serve. I used to love Sheng Xiaogan's serve.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Oh my gosh. I almost should just pull up a video just to show you. He had the tallest toss. Sheng, and he was like so tall. Sheng Xiaogan serve YouTube. Play along if you. Here we go. Yeah, he has like a very sharp face. I know that sounds weird. I don't know.
Sharp, like a good jawline.
Like yeah. Very like. But his serve. Oh, and he's playing Guga in this one. Oh man.
What's his flag? Check.
Was he?
Or no? Can't see.
I don't know.
Because you say sharp face, like what's his name? Lehechka has like a very
kind of like Lehechka, but like taller.
Jawline.
Wait, show his serve real quick. Yeah, look how long he is.
Sheng Xiaogan.
And there's the one from Guga.
Oh snap!
Oh, this would be a fun podcast. Just rewatch old matches. Wait,
is this a good time in tennis right here, Michelle?
Yeah, we're back in the 90s.
Oh, the Dutch legend.
Oh, Dutch. Oh,
yeah. Netherlands. Dirty Dutch.
I love the Netherlands.
Yeah, right. What's the current guy that I like? Tecnifibre guy. Isn't he Dutch?
No. School? No. Like, look at the way
he's like always on the practice
around.
courts at BMP.
Just like chilling. I just want to see the serve though. Come on, Sheng Xiaogan serve. I already told people out loud that if I switch to one-hand backhand, I'm hiring you for my biomechanics.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's his face.
Oh, yeah. Very, very chiseled, man.
Chiseled, yeah.
Almost like a mix between Lehechka and Annie Murray.
Oh, here's a fun YouTube video, 5 weirdest serves.
Oh, that's Battistone.
Oh, he's in it, or it's his video?
That thumbnail was Battistone.
And Delkapolov's the first one. You guys, it's simple.
It's actually good mechanics. It's just very snappy.
McEnroe, number 4.
He is just very lefty, turn your back to the opponent. A lot of chord twists from Johnny Mac.
My mom had a hot take
very,
on
very
McEnroe
fluid.
yesterday while we were watching.
His
the
elbow
US
was a
Open.
little
like really straight. Like there's no elbow
it didn't
bend.
get like Pistol Pete right here.
Okay,
tucked.
3. Jay Berger, which was on that list too. But I don't know if I could recall his say. Oh man. Okay, and he's got the Prince mono. Is it
The mono shaft?
Yeah. Do you see that? Oh man, this could be a whole new segment for us, watching old tennis videos.
They're gonna show Brian Battistone or one of the Battistone brothers.
Karsten Bash. Okay, clickbait. Shang Xiaoqin's not even in this one.
Oh, haters.
Oh man, and
Lefty,
he's
another
lefty.
Lefties are weird. Not me.
Dang. Whoa.
Oh, he
wait.
gets like a full on step.
That's like another sport. Who's
Here's
number 1?
B-Bat.
Brian Battistone. Has
Santa Maria Open,
anyone that's never
doubles
watched
champion.
him, he uses a racket that has 2 handles.
B-Bat.
It's crazy.
This guy's super
Oh
talented,
my
man.
gosh.
He can like hit left-handed forehands, right-handed forehands.
He tosses with
does
his
the-
right hand and serves with the
It's
right
like a
hand.
volleyball serve.
That's wild.
Guys like
He's a
really,
big dude, too.
really skilled. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And super nice guys.
Okay. Well, that was a fun diverge.
So what were we talking
divergence. Yeah. I don't.
How did we get into
How do
the
we
serve?
get here?
I mentioned the nothing
Nothing
major.
major.
And Jack was hating on the dog.
Yeah, I was offended, but it's fine. Jack, we can't all have beautiful strokes like you. No.
Well, his backhand.
He hates his backhand.
Yeah.
Him and Stevie hate their backhands.
They weren't the best looking shots. They weren't Marty Fish or like.
James Blake.
Yeah, he had a 1E.
But like
for two-handers, you know, like yeah.
Who has like? Which American has like the best
backhand right now? Probably Taylor.
Okay.
I mean,
Not
it's just
now.
really
What about
solid.
like when they were playing? And I know they're like basically the same era, but like give it 10 minus 10 years.
Like pretty backhands?
Yeah. Which of the, you would say Marty Fish?
He was very technical, very like, his dad was a teaching pro, so it was like very fundamentally sound.
Roddick?
No, it wasn't great.
No.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't
Isner?
great.
No.
But
they never trash Isner's backhand.
I think Janep's had like a decent two-hander.
Okay.
I mean, obviously Andre, right?
I guess that's
going way back. But yeah.
Going way back. Yeah. Next question. How many hits do you get in before the strings go dead? And is it true stiff rackets make strings feel dead quicker than a flexi racket?
Sorry, what was the second part of that question?
We'll start with the second part. Is it true stiff rackets make strings... I can't pronounce things.
Oh.
Is it true that stiff rackets make strings feel dead quicker than if installed in a flexi racket?
That's a good question, and I don't know the exact science of it, but I would say maybe yes. And the last time we noticed this, or we really talked about it, was when we reviewed recently the Ultra Pro 99.
Yeah.
It's a very firm racket with a firm hoop, and we kept saying, like, no matter what we put in there, no matter how tight we string it, within like a few hits, like they just felt springy.
Yeah.
And I think there is something to that, maybe in the physics, like the hoop or the frame itself being stiff when you impact the ball. I mean, it's very quick.
The string pattern was open, though, too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But the surrounding cast, the frame, being really stiff, when you hit the ball, it's going to make the string take more of that stress because the frame's giving less.
Right.
Whereas like a really soft racket, like a Phantom, the strings are going to give, the frame will start to give. So like the overall stress is being dispersed a little more evenly between the string and the frame.
Okay.
Versus like a really firm frame and the strings are just taking more of that pocketing because the frame won't move.
Yeah.
But this could be all full of bull, and Crawford could be like, no, there's not enough time.
There's so many other variables, like what's your string tension, what's your I don't know.
But like think of like a trampoline, like if you had like a really like an actual trampoline, the steel frame allows the the screen and
And
the
the
springs
thickness
to
of the
give
frame.
you.
Yeah.
But if say you didn't have a very strong frame for your trampoline, it's gonna break the frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That
I don't
makes
know.
sense.
Maybe that's just like.
We're gonna ask Crawford and see.
But I would say maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
The first part was how many hits?
How many hits before your strings go dead?
It's like a like the old Tootsie.
How many licks until you get to the center of
the Tootsie Pop
lollipop? Yeah.
Tootsie Pop
And it's like
commercial.
1, 2, crunch.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I guess it depends on what you define as dead. I like a deader feel. So when strings get trampoline-y and elastic, that's what I consider dead. And it's very dependent on the strings. There are some strings I can have in my racket for months, as Troy knows, and I'm fine. It's fine. But he will have a better technical answer.
Actually, I just thought of a stupid, my stupid like dad joke and like name things like your shoe eyelet. I say eyelet Tomjanovich. You just said trampolini, so Tram Paulini is a good one. Tram Paulini.
Paulini.
The string bed feels tram.
She's like a trampolini.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of like bouncy.
I just thought of that one.
That's funny.
I'm gonna copyright it. The string bed is Tram Paulini.
Make a shirt.
So yeah, as far as like how many hits, there's no way to really be able to tell that. Usually strings, when we're testing it, we can go more like if we go back through all our reviews of strings that we wrote, we would be more like, okay, Hyper G lasts me like 15 to 20 hours on court.
Right.
Or something like that.
Before you, yeah.
But like you said, everybody's perception of what dead is different. And everybody's like hitting speed and contact is different, right? Like you're hitting like swinging really fast all the time, a little flatter.
Yeah.
The damage that you're doing to the string may be a little different than me, whereas I can still
More
swing
spin.
fast, but I also like caress the ball a lot, and then I'm like doing a lot of brush, so I get a lot more like string movement,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's different for every player.
Yeah.
But I definitely can tell between like two different polys which one
Feels
seems to
fresh.
last more like 20 hours before I want to cut it out, or 10.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? Cool whistles? You tell us. Can you tell? And how many hits does it take for yours to go dead? And are we talking about polys, I guess? That's another question. Are we talking about full
do you
beds of
like
poly?
it firm or do you like it
Yeah.
trampoline?
What are you stringing at? Yeah. So.
Or like Britt, right? Britt like
She
really,
likes
she
bouncy
prefers
dead.
dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she likes it in the back half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good question for you because I don't think I can answer it. TKD Hanane. Sorry, I don't pronounce things correctly. I'm trying. Who has hit with the Gravity XL? I want to know more, especially compared to the EZONE 98 Plus.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh my gosh, that's
Don't
a
do
great
that.
question for Troy.
Michelle likes that EZONE 98 Plus, but I don't let her touch it.
He's got a few.
Sorry. All right.
He's got a few good questions, so we'll start there. Go for it. Gravity XL versus EZONE 98 Plus.
Yeah, so we did the review on it. I think the video's in works, right?
Yeah, it has not been pushed, approved
but
yet.
we shot it, and it's a really good racket. Took me a little bit of getting used to at first because I usually play 98, the 100, and the round head shape's a little bit bigger than I'm used to. So I thought it was really forgiving for the 100 head size. It's very comfortable, the low flex, but on the positive note, it's not one of those flexible rackets where I feel like it's like really wobbly or like too soft. Like they did a good job of, with the layup of making it like firm on contact while it's soft in the throat or the yoke.
I like that.
So it's a good racket, great racket. I love the cosmetic. I love the new glossy finish on this one compared to last one.
Yeah.
I would say if anything, just because I usually play 98 and I do like to hit spin, but I also like to hit slice and flat. Like I like to mix it up. I prefer my EZONE 98 because I think it's better on the both. But the gravity is great from the baseline because of that forgiveness of the hoop. And I felt like I really liked it when I was hitting topspin because of that spin window.
Yeah.
But sometimes and maybe it was the string and the tension, but sometimes when I was like really going for that hard flat shot, trying to hit like Michelle,
You need the EZONE.
it sprayed a little.
Yeah.
Whereas the EZONE just feels a little more like predictable.
Okay. Yeah.
but both great frames.
Yeah.
And the more I play with it, I could get used to the gravity and stuff.
And we kind of joke that Booney like always switches rackets, but didn't he use that one as a racket of choice for a minute? Or is he currently?
The previous version was his racket of choice. Okay. Right now, he's since we have been hitting Solinco prototypes, he's back on the extended 1820 whiteout.
I remember.
And I love that racket too. Like if I wasn't playing with the EZONE, I could play with that racket.
Nice.
Same with Oak.
Yeah.
We all love that extended 1820. It's just a really good racket.
That's awesome.
So
there you go. He also asked what music is on everyone's playlist to get them ready before on-court play.
I was just like thinking about that recently.
Really?
Because I think we did like a playtester thing, like a vlog, like 10 years ago, and it was like talking about like
music,
just like music taste and like personal stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I put like a Tupac song on there, like way back. But yeah, music to get you going.
I'm a playlist gal, so I have a playlist for everything. So,
but like, what's the vibe lately?
Oh, it so my vibe for like other things might not be my vibe for tennis.
Okay.
You know. Oh, but wait, let's see.
What's the country artist you always tell me about that's kind of like fairly new, but like not super new?
Oh, Dustin Lynch?
No, he's like an OG in my book.
Oh, Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan.
He's good. But he's like a mellow. Like, so if you need a mellow.
Chill vibe.
I'm going to open one of my current playlists. Okay. Have you heard the Fred Again song called Victory Lap?
Maybe.
You probably have because you're friends with Jose.
Yeah.
That is a must. I can't play it because allegedly you're not allowed to play music without having copyright. I love like also music that like reminds me of things.
Okay. Nostalgia.
So, yeah, nostalgia. But then also I feel like this is like the obvious one. You know, like the typical hype music that's like very, what's his name? Why can I not think of the guy's name when the Dodgers won the World Series, all we heard was Kendrick Lamar. All we heard was Kendrick Lamar. So some of Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. So I'm all over the place. What about you?
A lot of hip hop and stuff. Like that's kind of what I listen to. But I've kind of been like on the commutes and stuff not before tennis, but like the commutes. I've been kind of listening to the country radio a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Wallen on there.
Yeah. Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
Back when the fair happened here recently, it was like a lot of Cody Johnson and stuff. So.
Yeah, you go through your.
I've been in like the country kick lately.
Country kick, okay.
I'm always listening to like different EDM though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because of
Dom Dolla, there's some good Dom Dolla right now.
Carpool mate's always playing the bangers, but.
Okay, like if you need like a pump up vibe, thank you to Jose. Dom Dolla did the soundtrack for like some F1 stuff, and it's very like it gets you going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you
go. One more from the same person. Favorite mobility or warm-ups before, after, or between tennis days?
Favorite like mobility things?
Or warm-ups or before, after, or between?
If it's a warm-up, like just trying to get the blood flowing before. Sometimes I just like to go into our gym and just hop on the
elliptical
the bike.
Yeah. Oh, the bike. Yeah.
The bike. Yeah. There's the stationary bike for like 5 minutes just to kind of, and it doesn't like put any pressure on your knees or your joints. It's just getting, a lot of pros do it.
Blood flow.
And then after, like I try to stretch my hamstrings and my calves somewhat, but like I've been really wanting to go to like a massage therapist and really get like my back dug out.
Yeah.
My back and my calves are like the two things that but what about you?
I'm a big Peloton girly. I love their whole platform. So I do a lot of Peloton rides. I love their boot camps. I love the strength training. I love the 10-minute classes because I can literally pop in and do one real quick. I've been trying to like spend more time lower impact on the bottom half of the body, actually the whole body. So I've been trying to hike a little bit more and get one with nature and enjoy. We are lucky to live where we live because it's always beautiful and we've got some great hikes. Core is always good. I need to get back to doing yoga. Tiff and I talk about that all the time. But
I know, I need that too.
We should start at like 4:00 on a Wednesday or something. Well, yeah. When I'm not coaching the high school team and then I remember all the other things anyways. So yeah, we are all pretty diverse I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to do things like with my brother. He is a big basketball fan player. So we just go out and like shoot, play pig or horse and like do like movement things where I'm not thinking about like actually doing anything. And you get like a little bit of
workout.
Or I love throwing the football, just playing catch. That's good for like your serve practice and your
totally.
shoulder.
Yeah, we should get the football back out.
Yeah, I seen Ben Shelton trying to throw.
Yeah.
He might be able to throw further than me, but I think I could beat him in an accuracy test. Let's go. Let's set it up. Let's go, Ben.
We're calling you out, Ben.
I played quarterback for like 10 years of my life.
Ooh.
Maybe more.
Yeah. I'm ready to get that going. Let's go. Next time anyone sees Ben, they're trying to get him on the Nothing Major podcast, but hey, talk tennis. Let him know. We're calling him out. This is a fun one. Jermaine X2E. I really want to know what you think of Danielle Collins. And did you notice in the US Open, she went back to using the previous Tecnifibre TFight ISO 300? I'm just going to answer the first part. I'm here for Danielle Collins. Danielle Collins is like who I would be if I were on the WTA.
Your spirit animal.
She's very feisty. She speaks her mind. She's opinionated, but she's educated. People like her. She loves dogs. She rescues dogs, like everything. I'm here for her. We've had a chance to work with her a few times with Tennis Warehouse, and she's very polite and very kind, and she is a nice person. She definitely has emotions and wears them on her sleeve. I'm proud of how she stands up for things, including women's health, and so I'm here for it. Sometimes she lets her emotions get the best of her, but so do I. So, as far as Tecnifibre, I don't know. And what's your opinion on Danielle?
I like her in terms of like her play. Like I like her aggression, like how she swings big. I've never met her or done content or anything like in person, but I do like that she seems to be pretty authentic. Like she's not really gonna like fake or and maybe sometimes she's a little much
for the good and the bad. Yeah,
but I'm not like sitting here judging her like, oh, I think she's phony or whatever. So I think she's pretty cool. Reading that one article thing we were talking about, I forget what it was, but she got like her chicken farm now.
Yeah.
And she's really into her pets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like that about her.
Yeah.
I support her.
Yeah, she's the real deal.
As far as her racket, I did notice like she's kind of bounced around in the last year or so. For a while when the new TFights came out, she just had, I want to say she was using like the old cosmetic, and then I feel like she was using just like a blank white racket. So maybe she was testing the new frame or something. But it's hard to say with some of these, like, whether it's the exact old technology or if it's more like a custom pro stock with the ISO paint job or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, she seems like she's pretty dialed in with Tecnifibre in general. Yeah. Yeah,
they seem to love working with her too. From what we've heard from them, they enjoy her energy and Yeah, and it makes sense. Like in the past, like in college, I think she was between like Radical MPs and Arrows. And the TFight's kind of like a good little mix of those kind of frames. Yeah. So. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how she progresses into the next year, since she kind of had called it quits and then she's like, hold on, I'm coming back. And I mean, good for her. You're allowed to change your mind. So, next question. What strings are in that Pure Drive? Those were prototype strings from Toroline. We were testing some new hybrids. It was a white and an orange string. Which Pure Drive were they referencing? I had a Pure Drive in this video that I was holding that I was about to hit with. Was it like the orange and white stuff? Mm-hmm. Okay. And it was orange and white. And I think we had a couple different setups, and I can't remember which was which, but I know the one that I liked the best was not what everyone else liked. So it was like the opposite of what you guys all liked. Yeah, and they weren't, for me, I tried both. They weren't like night and day different. But I just remember one of them had a shaped main with a round cross, and one of them was shaped and shaped. And then this one had orange in the mains, white in the crosses. Okay. Was the white the snap? No. I think on one of them it was. Okay. And then one of them it was like white Otoro or something. Yeah. I forget, but I know. It's confusing. I think I did slightly prefer the one opposite of what you were talking about. But I liked both of them. Yeah. They both are pretty solid. Yeah. So yeah, we were just testing some hybrids. Hopefully we can bring in maybe a new hybrid from them.
Maybe.
Dreddy's got his. T-Dub wants theirs.
Yeah.
This is a fun question. Well, I think it's fun. What courts are your favorite in slow?
Favorite courts to play on in slow?
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, I personally like the slow high court.
I do too.
Because for me, they, compared to like Sinsheimer public courts, they're not as fast.
Yeah.
Like they're maybe a little faster than our T-Dub indoor.
Yeah.
But they play decently where like you can get some kickoff on them and
yeah,
they're good. And I like the scenery around
the
there.
views, man.
Slow high is pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
I haven't played at Cal Poly in a long time, but when I was
Those
going
are
to
fun
school
courts.
there, I would play at Cal Poly, and those were good. But
Yeah.
I liked the view better at slow high.
Well, then there's always, it's not a nice court, but if you're talking views, the clay court in Shell Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, but the clay is not great.
Yeah. Another court that has pretty good views, not as good as the clay ones, are in Shell Beach at that park where they have the pickleball and the tennis.
Yeah.
There's only one tennis court left, but it's never usually that backed up or impacted.
Yeah.
And that's a cool little court to hit at, and
I
you
like
can
that.
like see the ocean.
Yeah, it's like a block away from the
Yeah.
ocean.
And then when you're done hitting, you can go to the Cliffs Marisol.
Yeah, happy hour.
Go have a beer and some nachos or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But those are good spots. What else is there? There's like that one park with the concrete wall behind you, which is like super loud. Is it Islay or?
Oh, French. Yeah,
French.
which like, okay, for the pickleball of it all, French took that. Okay, so they made their own pickleball courts above.
Yeah, by the basketball.
Right. Yeah, they're so nice. And then, so I will be there on a Tuesday morning, just like hanging out, walking around. The pickleball courts are filled, and then they have 4 pickleball courts on that tennis court. 4.
Like portable
Yeah.
with all kinds of lines, huh?
Yeah. And it's like, holy moly. Like, if I wanted to play tennis, I would have to fight against all these pickleball people.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's an option. I think they've now reserved times for tennis and pickleball. But
that's French Park.
That's French, yeah.
And it's
What's
got
the
like
one
a
farther down?
Islay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are a cool little scenery.
Yeah.
But French Park has a concrete wall behind you, so when you're on the concrete side and you're hitting, it sounds like racquetball. It's like the echo is crazy.
It is crazy.
But the other side with the fence and the sort of field behind,
It's pretty.
we've done a lot of like old reviews there, like with Granville and Danny and Spencer.
There's one with Siobhan
Yeah.
and Marco. Every time I call him a Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking that one pure.
So a lot
arrow.
of our old videos, you could see that park in the background.
Yeah. And then we're lucky that we get to play on some private courts that are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So if you have a private court in slow that you need hitting on, I'm happy.
And
Let
then
us
there's
know. We'll hit with you.
one other mention, and I've never
The
played there.
JCC.
The JCC is really cool. The Jewish Community Center, it's got a really nice clay court that they manicure and they keep it
It's nice.
perfect.
I've never been.
But I was going to mention out in Morro Bay or Los Osos,
Morro Bay.
Oak and Mike, a couple guys around here, they play on this synthetic grass.
Yes.
And it looks like perfect grass because it's always, green because it's fake.
Yeah.
But I've never hit on it, but they say it's pretty fun. It's not like the perfect court, but just for the vibes.
Yeah. 2 of the girls on my team went to practice over the summer, couldn't find courts, and ended up there. And so it was awesome.
So,
yeah.
one
I've
day.
never been there either. But yeah, we have for being a small town, and it's not huge in terms of tennis, but we have some good spots. Yeah. Okay. Have you noticed, this is a good question that we get asked fairly often. Anthony YE2B says, have you noticed a difference in quality control of rackets from Yonex compared to other companies?
I mean, I feel like that's kind of been like a topic for a long time, but I feel like some of the other brands are kind of closing the gap. I still think Yonex is really, really good because no matter what, like when I get I've had a bunch of the 98 pluses from different generations, and whenever I go to match my 2 rackets or whatever, the swing weights are usually very close,
Okay.
like within 5, it seems to be. So that's really good in the weight, but some of the other brands I've noticed like doing specs on some Tecnifibre or some of the Prince frames like the Tours.
Well, Wilson is campaigning that
Wilson,
they are
yeah.
bringing their specs tight.
Yeah,
They're bringing
they
them.
started to do it with
tighter.
the Blade V9
Yeah. Mhm.
and the click-on grommets,
Yep.
which is very user-friendly for people that change their grommets. But they had like a spec tolerance, and now it's like even tighter. And with the blades or like other frames like the Ultras, they're really trying to get the grams, and they're even trying to like make the step towards swing weight. And I guess this is like, they say it's an initiative they put in their factories. So they won't let it come to a shipment. If it's that far off.
It has to be in that range to be shipped. So.
It seems like the other brands are trying to get there.
Tighten it up.
And like Babolat has their like pair system with the Aero 98 and certain rackets. So
it's getting better. But you know what? There's always a weird outlier, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Javier Jimenez 786 asks, what's the most comfortable racket that you guys love playing with?
Most comfortable and love playing with?
Pure Drive. No. I'm kidding. Because I don't like comfortable rackets. If like that we could all agree on, or just in general yours? And what did we just test? Oh, the Speed Legend Pro.
The Speeds are good.
Yeah, I thought
a lot of us like the Speeds, and they're pretty comfortable, not too stiff. The only knock on the Speeds for some of our players is the MP version. Like Jay and a couple others would like if the swing weight were a little lower. But like we just talked about with spec tolerance, if you order one and you do the match racket service, we could find the lowest swing weight and probably find something closer to 320 versus 330 or higher. But the Speeds are great, and we all like playing those. It's kind of like a pretty universal type of frame. What else out there?
Well, there's a lot of Prince racket. I mean,
I would say
I like the Tours, but I know you guys like the Phantoms. I don't know.
I've grown to like, I'd say the Prince Tour 98. Now people always say, oh, they just push Prince because they're, the licensee. The Prince Tour 98 is one of the best rackets on the market. I mean, I'm not saying I love every Prince racket. But the Tour 98,
it's a great racket.
Like Oak likes it, you
I
like it.
I like it. Tiff likes it.
It's just like, it's kind of like in between like a Pure Strike and a T-Fight. But it's a little softer, easier on the arm. So the Tour 98 would probably be one that we could all pass around, and it's pretty darn comfortable.
I almost switched to it for a minute.
Like I love the black one. I mean, I like it more than the white one just because it feels good playing with something you like looking at.
For sure.
But that's another one. EZONE's obviously, EZONE 98's not too stiff.
Everyone loves an
EZONE. It's kind of middle. EZONE 98, 98 plus. Who am I leaving out? I mean, I know Gravities are very comfortable. So like between the Gravity Tour and the Gravity MP, another head racket, those are super comfortable. Those are like Phantom like comfort. So
lots of options.
Another one that people
good.
Don't talk about, and the guy at ProConnects would love if we shouted him out. The Black Ace Pro.
Pro.
The Black Ace Pro rackets were pretty good in general. But we all, like the people that tested the 97, the Pro.
I like that one.
That's a really good racket. It's almost like Pro Staff, kind of blade-ish racket, but even more comfortable.
I think I was on the heavier model, which I like that one that you're talking about better than the one I got to test. So good call. Here's a fun question from Joey VW2CO. I was wondering if there's anyone that could evaluate from a video of a person hitting to give advice on what racket would best suit their game, or at least give an idea of what rackets to demo.
I saw that comment, and I forgot you were doing the questions for this, so I almost answered, and then I was like, oh no, we're going to get to that later.
Well, I was going to say, Joey, send us a video. Let's go.
Send us a video, or... I was just going to say, sign up for our message boards. Post your hitting video there. Because you can post hitting videos. You just can't post like promotional videos or whatever. But hitting videos, and you could like tag us or like put it in the T-Dub questions and comment section.
Otherwise, it's giving Reddit vibes.
And then you're gonna get a lot of opinions you probably don't want to hear. A lot of trolls and a lot of like, you're not good.
We won't troll you.
No, but like do it in the TW questions and comments and like at us. And we could respond there. That would be an easy platform to do it. Or you could email it.
Or email it. We could do a whole segment. You guys send us your hitting, and we will help match you. We'll love match you with the right rackets and setups. Troy's amazing at this. I feel like I've got a decent eye usually. But you do it all the time at BMP on the demo court. Like
Yeah.
you see someone using something, you're like, how about this? And it's like completely opposite. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I love that racket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it would be nice to know what you're playing with at the time, if it's stock or it's not, so that like if we see you hitting a backhand and it looks like it's too sluggish, that we could make the change to another.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So send us a video, Joey. We'd love to help. Jermaine, you already asked a question, but here's another one. I'm thinking about buying the Prince Legacy 03 at 105, but I don't know if I should.
Dude, send it.
Do it.
Send it.
Done.
No, it's a good racket. It's really comfortable. It's forgiving. It's got the port, so it's like, psh.
Yeah. And then this is the last one. Anthony YE2B also asked, what's a good intro to polystring coming from BiPhase?
So just kind of he plays with a really comfortable multi. Toroline Otoro Orange.
Yeah.
I mean the Otoro, but
Yeah.
the orange
we
is
like
our
the
T-dub
orange,
one.
yeah. Yeah.
But the Otoro is a good string, or Wasabi. Both of those Torolines. Maybe even the Wasabi would be a good one because it's pretty soft.
Okay.
But then there's a lot of other options. Mach 10 from Solinco.
Yeah, a lot of people are liking Mach 10.
If you want to go like tried and true OG,
Cream?
put a little cream. ISO Speed Cream is like really, really comfortable for a poly. Maybe not the best tension maintenance, but better than some of the other softer stuff.
There you go.
I could keep going. I mean, there's probably like a poly from every brand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even like some of the yonex, what is it? Polytour Air.
Super soft. Chris loves that one.
Luxlon Element.
Element from Lux is like their softest, or IR soft.
IR soft. That one's
from
soft.
Element.
Who else? I mean,
there's like one that from Kirschbaum that I like called the Explosive Speed.
Okay. Tecnifibre?
Topspin Cyber Flash.
Okay.
Topspin Cyber Flash has been around forever.
Yeah.
And it's still like $7-8.
Speaking of great value, I was going to say cheap, but great value. Turna, Big Hitter Blue. Is that soft?
Yeah, the blue. The blue's softer than the silver.
Okay, yeah.
Those are both under like $10.
There you go. You got a whole
Cyclone
list.
Tour.
Oh, there you go. Just keep them coming. Psh, we got strings for days.
Yeah.
That's it. That wraps that up. If you guys like this, keep asking us questions and we'll keep asking you for questions. And I was going to start, what is your current like setup? Head to toe. Like
head to toe. Oh
strings,
my gosh.
racket, shoes. What are we playing with right now? Any gear or apparel you want to buy? Or like, I'm like in a buying phase. I'm leaning into those material things.
Yeah, so racket, I probably could go, like I said, either my 98 EZONE extended, customized. It's pretty heavy. Or the Solinco Whiteout 1820. I like both of those rackets. They both give me a little extra help because of the half inch.
I'm going to have to hit that one today.
And then string-wise, one of the Solincos that we have, the 1820 extendeds, has their that mix, the Mach 10 mains with the Hyper G round.
What is it called? It's not like Psycho.
Hyper Mach.
Hyper Mach, okay.
And it's the Brain Dead collab. But we have like different gauges.
Okay.
That one only comes in 17.
Okay.
But it works really well in the 1820 pattern. Mm-hmm. So that's string setup. I like the Otoro Orange in my EZONE. I like K-pop. I love Hyper G. I like Cyclone. So there's a bunch of polys. I'm not too picky on the polys. There's like 10 I could go with. Mm-hmm. And then shoes. My favorite for the longest time has been CT Rally 1.
I was wondering.
I've kind of transitioned into the CT Rally 2. It's just as comfortable, maybe even more comfortable. I felt like the first one was a little bit wider base, so it felt like a little bit more connected and stable.
Yeah.
But this one's just as comfortable, still very supportive, and it has better breathability.
Yeah, I like it.
And then the other gear, I mean,
what other
Pro
gear?
Overgrip, Super Grab, Samper Stampener.
Nice.
I'm always using my Fed bag, even though like I think at heart I want to get the 6-pack kind of.
The duffel.
Yeah.
It's so
but nice. I carry the big one.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, why do you carry that big bag? It's because I got a lot of rackets.
We need to like have a memo. I am tired of the questions from the people in this building who don't play tennis asking us why we carry such big bags.
We need to be like on a satellite campus.
Know? Are you? Yeah.
You know.
Are you even a tennis player? Yeah.
And then other than that, like I'm always rocking T-Dub T-shirts, the stack T-shirts.
Oh yeah, you had the new hat, and I thought it was a Nothing Major hat.
The upside down one?
The upside down tennis hat, which like there's some Dallas hats like that.
I like, yeah. I like Viore shorts. We carry at Running Warehouse. I wear like Fabletics shorts, which I would buy here.
I was talking about that earlier today.
They're comfortable, stuff like that.
I was saying that
very athleisure.
Troy is a Fabletics guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiff and I were talking about that.
And then when I'm off court, Michelle got me on the Birks.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the Boston.
Yeah. Good arch support.
They're so good.
Yeah.
And then you break them in and you're like, yes. Yes. I'm actually debating. You should say yes or no, and I will buy or not buy this today. It's very hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. There's only one left in stock, sorry, but and I'm going through things, guys.
Osaka's newest Labubu?
Yeah, every day she has a new
Andre Swagacy. That was pretty good.
Okay, well, this kind of ties into the Osaka of it all. I love her bling this week.
Oh.
So
are you going Van Cleef?
I am considering buying the Nike Women's Fall Slam vest.
Do it.
I mean,
I
I sent it to my sister and I was like, should I buy this? And she was like, I'm 90% sure you had that in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I did.
It looks like tinfoil.
But I love it.
From here. Was that Delaney?
Yeah.
She's rocking
I know. It's Delaney. It's so cute.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Full transparency. It literally matches those old Quicksilver bags. And if you are old enough to know and you're from California, you know. And that was my favorite tennis bag ever. So
What was it?
Oh my gosh, the Quicksilver bags.
Like Quicksilver,
yes.
surf brand?
Yes.
Okay.
So back in the day, have I not talked about this
I think
before?
I've seen pictures.
So Quicksilver and Roxy used to be in tennis in the 90s, thousands. And they even had a full-on, I don't know if it was a national, but it was one of the biggest tournaments of the year. And the girls got
Was it in like Orange County or LA?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And everyone loved that tournament because with entry, you got a tournament shirt, because that used to be a thing. I don't know if people still do that. Mm-hmm. But the girls got Roxy shirts and the guys got Quicksilver shirts. And
I didn't even know Roxy was around back then. Like, I knew Quicksilver was, but I didn't think the women's Roxy was till like later.
No.
Oh, okay.
And then, you would play and like the prizes were so cool. The player party was so cool. Like everything was so cool. Dude. But I literally had a tennis bag that was that material, black and this silver. And it was just like Quicksilver. It was so cool.
That just makes me think of like LA, like surfers, like the movie Point Break.
I've just reverted back to my 13-year-old self.
Right.
Quicksilver tennis bag. I can never find it, but if anyone has one.
Like some like those like kind of like baggy cotton cut off shorts, like for the guys with the mid top shoes.
Oh yeah. So they had one, that was it. Except oh,
I like that.
That's cool. We got so mine was a racket shape. But there you go.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly. Cool. And mine wore out, like the silver wore off, so then it was white. But they're selling it for $230.
If you want it back.
I might just get look at that venting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so.
I could see that. Pulling up to the B&P practice courts.
How cool would that be? So cool.
Dude.
Bringing it back. Maybe we can bring it back. But that's all we got today. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, happy hitting.
Peace.